Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. We've reached the letter P in the A to Z of scamming failures, and so, welcome to this collection of pea-brained, pudding-headed plonkers. Denise would like to start you off with General Paul Lacamera. Hello, how are you doing today? Good evening. I'm Paul Lacamera from Detroit, Michigan, and you? I live in Guildford, Surrey. Nice meeting you here. So how's the weather condition over there? I just posted the daily weather update for you. I haven't done that for a few days. I don't suppose you'd be the one that will tell me why so many people want to know about the weather in Guildford. Obviously isn't. That's good. So tell me, are you happily married with kids? How's that an answer to my question? That's cool. I see how this non-conversation goes. You read nothing I say and type a random answer. Sounds like fun. I'm divorced with one son, Jackie, so what's your favourite colour? That's amazing. Please can I see your beautiful photos? That's great. I'm waiting, L-I-E. You admit you're just a brainless Nigerian scamming idiot. Nice work, pal. Goodbye, she said, and blocked him. Then there was Stephen Kenneth John. For a bit of variety, he fancied a chat with Flora. Hello, Flora. Hello, Stephen. Good morning, Flora. Hello again. May I ask why you contacted me, please? You come across as a wonderfully down-to-earth woman, which I truly admire. I'd love the opportunity to get to know you better, if you're open to it. Okay, said Flora. You're welcome to try. And notice that 2 weeks have already passed. He's thrilling, isn't he? I truly appreciate the chance to connect with you. I've always believed that when there's a strong desire, there's always a path to make things happen. I'm a lively and down-to-earth man, embracing life at a wonderful age. I'm on a journey to feel even younger as the years go by, and trust me, there's so much more of me to love and enjoy. How old are you then? Asked Flora. I'm 61 years old. How about you, Flora? I'm curious to hear your thoughts. Thoughts about my age? I'm 76. You said, I've always believed that when there's a strong desire, there's always a path to make things happen. What things are you trying to make happen? I sense you're curious about my age, said a man who had no idea what he'd typed because he'd copied and pasted it. But I feel I might be a bit younger than you. That's why I asked for your thoughts on my age. Absolutely, when there's a strong desire, there's a path to make things happen. The instant I came across your profile, my heart raced. I just knew we were meant to connect. I was in total disbelief when you replied to my message. I'm serious about wanting to establish a quality friendship that will lead to something good with you, Flora. That's very kind of you, she said. I'm looking for a caring, loving person to spend my life with and be loved in return. I've been a widower since my late wife died of breast cancer. I suppose you would be. My daughter from her is married and lives in California. My daughter lives about 5 miles from me, said Flora. My granddaughter's travelling in India with her boyfriend. I'm divorced. My ex preferred his secretary. She's 30 years younger than me and her legs are longer. That's absurd. Are you saying he was cheating on you with his secretary even before the divorce? What do you think? It wasn't the first time. I'm much happier without him. I believe that's the best choice. You deserve happiness, joy and a trusting relationship. How long has it been since you've been divorced? I genuinely appreciate the effort you've made to connect with me. I truly believe that this is a wonderful way for us to get to know each other better. I'd love to hear more about you. A little about me, and here we go. I'm passionate about fishing, camping and curling up with a good book. I enjoy catching a good movie, spending time with friends, sharing laughs and indulging in music and poetry. Art is another one of my loves, and I cherish moments spent with someone intriguing. And if the person that you're talking to online gives you a list of hobbies or interests, ask them about one of them. 2 reasons. 1, someone who was genuinely interested would be only too happy to talk about their hobby/interest. And 2, almost certainly you'll find they have no idea what they're talking about and they type a load of nonsense. So, Flora said, what kind of poetry do you enjoy? Please tell me it isn't soppy love poems that you copy and paste from those silly online sites, full of sayings for the person you love, said Flora prophetically. LOL, I don't copy and paste. That doesn't answer my question. What kind of poetry do you enjoy? So, our man copied and pasted. My confident, my dear friend, with you my heart will never bend. In every chapter, every phase, my love for you forever stays. And another one I won't bother reading to you. So, Flora corrected where he'd said, LOL, I don't copy and paste, and said that obviously wasn't true, and she screenshotted where she'd found them both online. So I assume that saying you like indulging in poetry wasn't true. What else wasn't true? Have you told me anything that is true? Yes. What have you told me that's true? And how can I know what is true and what isn't? Please don't tell me you can't lie or you have no reason to lie, because you did. Everything I shared with you is true, and yes, I read and write a lot of poetry. No, it wasn't true. She said, quoting again, Reed said, LOL, I don't copy and paste. That wasn't true, because clearly you copied and pasted those silly bits of poetry. So what else wasn't true? If you lie again, you'll be blocked. I'm sorry if I gave the wrong impression. I love poetry, which is why I shared it with you. I apologise if it seemed like I was being untruthful. No, you didn't give the wrong impression. You clearly said, LOL, I don't copy and paste. That was an obvious untruth, because you did copy and paste, so you lied. So please tell me what else wasn't true. Nothing else. I'm sorry about that. We'll see. So Flora, not a good start, is it? A mature gentleman contacting a random lady online and telling her porcupines. Tell me what kind of fishing you do. Bait fishing. Now, I don't know, that might be a type of fishing. I have no idea. Isn't all fishing done with bait? Is that another bit of make-believe? I'll just assume your entire list of things you're passionate about was a work of fiction. Why don't you tell me what you really enjoy, instead of making up silly stories to impress me and failing miserably? Oh, and you only have one chance, to be honest. Otherwise you're blocked. Oh yeah, I'm honest, said our man. No you aren't, said Flora. Goodbye. And she blocked him. Jason Oppenheimer fancied a chat with Layla, but he shot himself in the foot at the beginning with that ridiculous question that none of my girls like. Hi dear, how are you? Hello, I just found your message, because it was in her spam folder. How are you? Where are you from? Hello again, I live in Guildford in England. And then he asked it. Oh, that's nice. What is your real name? And what do you do for a living? Can't you read my name? Or do you just contact random women and ask silly questions? I'm retired. I ran a cleaning business with my late husband. We cleaned private houses and small offices. I'll assume that Jason isn't your real name, so please tell me what it is. I won't believe you if you say Jason. I'm sorry, it's came this way. I'm Jason Oppenheimer by name. You mean you stole someone else's account? You're getting it all wrong. No, I'm not. That's what you said, said Layla, copying, I'm sorry, it's came this way. Yeah, I had to say it that way. So you stole someone else's account. Why? I didn't steal someone else's account. Yes, you did. You've said so twice. How? So she copied, yeah, I had to say it that way, and I'm sorry, it's came this way. He sent a thumbs up and a laughing face. Now please tell me your real name. Lying to random ladies online isn't funny. It makes you sound like a small boy. Huh? Indeed. I'm not a small boy. I said it makes you sound like a small boy. Please stop acting like one and tell me your real name. If you lie again, I'll block you. That's what my children told me to do. Really? Layla disappointed all of you by saying, what do you think, Einstein? Last chance. Please tell me your real name. If you say Jason, you'll be blocked. Are you going to block if I tell the truth? Grow up. One more chance to tell me your real name. Promise. Final chance and a count of 10 to do it. She got down to 5. Okay, I'm Franklin by name and from Nigeria. Why did you lie to me? I just need help. I'm sorry. You know that eternal cry of all scammers that are called out, just like small boys. No, you aren't. I'm sorry. You're sorry you're too stupid to be a scammer. He sent some scowling faces. So quit with the fake apologies, it just makes you sound like the small boy you claim you aren't. How old are you? 48. Bollocks. Try again. 48. Keep trying, idiot. Try 18. 48. That's your idea of telling the truth? To keep lying? 48. Can we go on a video call? If you want. I don't show my face to random liars online, but you're welcome to show me yours. There was a pause. I guess you're too much of a coward to actually do it. Why are you saying this to me? Because it's true. You didn't call. But you don't want to show me yours? Congratulations, you can read. He sent lots of laughing faces. But you said you can't show your face to liars like me. Can I have your number so I can chat you up on WhatsApp? Congratulations again on your reading ability. I don't have a mobile phone. You can call me on here. And again, you have a count to 10 to do it before you're blocked. She got down to 8. But you said you can't show your face. 7. Congratulations once again on your reading ability. She got down to 4. I want you to promise me that you'll show your face. She got down to 2. And he declared, I love you. With lots of hearts. When I type 0, you'll be blocked. 1. Final chance. I love you. Grow up. And I mean it. Final chance. Half. A quarter. Block if you wish. You're too cowardly to call, lily-livered kid. I know I'll call you. I bet you're too cowardly and wimpish to answer. OK, now you're calling me names. And I don't like it. Please stop. Oh, diddums, says the lying scammer. What's the time over there? Go away. 0. You're blocked, she said, and blocked him. Gomez Andrew had absolutely no staying power at all when he contacted Annie. Hello, how are you doing? I just found your message in my spam folder. Oh, nice to meet you. Do I know you? It's a pleasure to meet you here. I want you to know that in life, when we meet people, it's not by chance or mistake, but because destiny has designed it to be that way. Hope you don't get offended that I message you. That's a very random, copied and pasted speech, but whatever. How do you mean? Well, where are you from? Because the answer to my question was no, you don't know me. I live in Shaftesbury in Dorset. Where do you live? And we didn't meet by chance or mistake. You sent me a message. Yeah, I understand. I do hope you aren't one of those men that twists everything a lady says and answers something different every time. I live in Manchester. Oh, not too far away. Were you born there? I've always lived in Shaftesbury or near to it. I'm originally from Mexico, but grew up in Manchester, England. But I'm currently deployed in Yemen. How old were you when you moved to Manchester? Please don't change your story and tell me you were born there. I hate men that lie and say they come from somewhere they've never been to. A man couldn't think on his feet, because I presume that his next paragraph was going to tell her that he was born and raised in Manchester, and so, unable to think of anything else to say, he blocked Annie. Dolly thought he might try and impress Denise. I don't know why. Hello! One text message from you is enough to turn my sullen day into a vibrant one. Good afternoon. Same here. How are you doing today? I'm fine, thanks. That's good to hear from you. I'm Dolly, said Dolly, from Dallas Taxis. And you? No, you aren't, she said in reply to him saying he was Dolly. I live in Guildford, Surrey, so I don't pay taxes in Dallas. Why have you contacted me? Wow! Nice place. I found you on Facebook search when I was searching for Reverend Sister who was taking care of the less privileged here in Syria before she left back to her country. When I came across your profile and it caught my eyes, so I decided to add you up, ? In reply to him saying, wow! Guildford's a nice place. She said, you know it, or you're following the latest trend of pretending you do. And you haven't told me why you contacted me, as I don't pay taxes in Dallas. Or why you changed your name. Not very convincing, is it? It seems like there's some confusion here. Why do you think I contacted you about taxes in Dallas? Because that's what you said, she said, screenshotting where he'd said, I'm Dolly from Dallas Taxis. And you changed your name. I said I'm from Dallas Taxis. It's a name of a place in US. Yes, you contacted me about taxes in Dallas. Why? I know Dallas is the name of a place. And you work for the tax office there. I don't pay taxes in Dallas. I don't live in the US. And you haven't explained why you changed your name. I'm an independent government contractor, and I work offshore as an oil drilling rig engineering with the Semcor Marine Limited, an American company based here in Barbados. I'm currently in the middle of the ocean. Then my tax affairs are none of your business, and you shouldn't contact people and tell them you're from the tax office in Dallas. You can't be both an independent contractor and do contracts on behalf of the government. You just like making up fairy stories. Is there some way for me to know if any of what you're saying is real? And you still haven't told me why you changed your name, so I'll assume neither are real. I didn't change my name, that's my name. You did change your name, she said, copying I'm Dolly And what it said on his account, Jen Dolly. So I'll assume neither are real. Yeah, it's the same name there. Can we chat on WhatsApp? No, it's not the same name. Are you able to read? I don't have a mobile phone. You contacted me here on Facebook. Oh, no. Oh, so sorry about that. It's a mistake, he said, finally reading his name. It's Den Dolly. So sorry about the misunderstanding. At last, thank you. So you got your name wrong and lied about working for the tax office in Dallas. No good start. I'm sorry for any confusion. That wasn't my intention. I think there's been a misunderstanding, ? A misunderstanding? You mean you didn't tell me the truth, and now you're going to try to pretend you didn't tell me a silly story? I think what you meant is, I'm sorry I lied to you. It was immature and childish. I understand why you're upset, and I'm truly sorry if I gave the wrong impression. That wasn't my intention. I'd rather be honest with you moving forward. It was your intention. You clearly told me you were contacting me from the tax office in Dallas. So yes, I'd rather you were honest moving forward. Because I don't like mature men that start by telling silly stories. It isn't impressive. But our unimpressive man couldn't think of anything else to say, and so he disappeared. Marvin Scotty fancied a cosy little chat with Annie. Hi dear, nice to meet you. Hello. Hi, I'm Marvin by name. I'm from New Zealand, but lives in Dallas, Texas, and you? I live in Shaftesbury in England. Where did you live in New Zealand? Please don't tell me you never lived there and were born and raised in Dallas. Smile! You're sounding curious. I've had several friend requests from daft men who tell me they come from a place they've never even been to. Why would someone do that? I'm from Wellington, the Windy City. Why did you move to Dallas? For work? Yes. I've always lived in or near Shaftesbury. So can I get to know more about you? Where are you originally from? Are you able to read? Yes, very well. Awesome. I thought you said you only lived there, so I asked if it's your original place of birth. So maybe ask questions I haven't already answered. That would make you sound much less brainly wombled. OMG! This is hard, said our man, being deeply offended by Annie's made-up word. I was born in Out Mangalinia, but I was brought to Shaftesbury when I was 2 days old. So can you see I'm not brain-wombled, he said. I needed to know, that's the reason I asked. A man that questions always never fails. What? No, because where I was born is irrelevant. I've always lived in or near Shaftesbury apart from 2 days. It's fine. Yeah, rarely fails to ask daft questions. Why do you even want to know where I was born? What does that tell you? I'm an engineer by profession, he declared. Sensible answer, please. Nothing, or I just want to know, doesn't count. Congratulations. I'm a shop worker. Any chance of telling me what kind of engineer? That's 2 questions, just FYI. I'm a structural engineer. What's the other question? Why do you even want to know where I was born? What does that tell you? Sensible answer, please. Nothing, or I just want to know, don't count. Some people migrated from their original place of birth to their present locations, so I only wanted to know. That doesn't answer my question. Why do you want to know, and what does it tell you? I said I just want to know doesn't count as a sensible answer. Or did you just copy and paste the question without thinking about why you were asking? Because I've been asked that same question many times, and no one can tell me why they asked, which makes them sound even more wombly-brained. I'm only getting to know you. If that's not enough response, then I don't know. OK, so there is no good reason for asking. Can I ask random questions with no sensible reason? Which hospital were you born in? How would you know if I should told you I'm from New Zealand? They have hospitals in New Zealand. Why don't you tell me what you do as a structural engineer, please? As in what you personally do, not what Google tells you's the job description. Guess you having trust issues? How's that an answer? Don't you know what you do? I do when someone asks me the same question I've been asked many times before and can't give me a sensible explanation of why they've asked. It's okay if you don't want to chat with me, because there's nothing I'm going to tell you that you believe. You tell me about yourself. How old are you? Are you married? Or you're a single mum? I'm 55, divorced, and I have adult twins. Good to know. Is it? Why? Or is that a response from that same daft list? And you still haven't told me what you do. Give up, Annie isn't going to. I'm 57. I lost my wife some few years back, and it's been kind of lonely for me. How long have you been divorced? 8 years. Please tell me what you do. As a structural engineer, I work on the checkouts in a supermarket. As a structural engineer, and my duty is to make sure every building constructions are well completed and to specifications. No, not what Google tells you a structural engineer does, what you personally do. Which building constructions? Building! OFGS, which buildings? Or don't you know what you do because you're making it up? And you wonder why I have trust issues. Please deal with your trust issues, I'm busy. Busy because now I've caught you out telling porky pies you don't know what to say. Otherwise, you'd easily be able to tell me what you do. So I suggest you either grow up and talk to me like a mature engineer, or go away and annoy someone else. Less private chat, please. Send me your Gmail so we Google chat. Not unless you tell me what you do. My primary role, Google helped him out, involves designing and analysing structures, such as buildings, bridges and other load-bearing elements, to ensure they're safe, stable and durable. Now, stop copying and pasting job descriptions and tell me what you personally do. And you only have one more chance to do it. Use that chance wisely. What else do you want me to tell you that you believe? The truth. What you personally do. Unless you're telling me a load of fairy stories and don't know what you do. Final chance. Then you're blocked. How do you mean, final chance? It's fine if you don't want to believe me. Final chance. Last chance. Only one chance remaining. Hope that helps. What do you personally do at work? If you can't or won't answer, you're blocked. How else can you understand that I do take contact on buildings? You mean you're a plasterer? I'd understand if you're able to tell me what you actually do. But as you can't, it's obvious you're making up stories and have no idea. It's fine if you don't want us to get along with each other. It's you that don't want us to get along with each other. Because if you did, you'd answer a simple question like a mature, experienced gentleman, instead of making silly excuses like an uneducated kid. Why the insult? How else can you understand I'm into building of any form of structure, houses, bridges, etc.? Guess you the one acting uneducated. What do you personally do? I've spaced the words to aid understanding. You can't be into all those things. Building bridges is a very different skill from building houses. Or are you too thickly wumbled to realise that? Why sounding weird? Told you, I'm a structural engineer. Guess you tell me my job, can't we discuss something else? Why lying to me? I asked what you personally do as a structural engineer. Guess you can't tell me your job, so no, we can't discuss something else, because you obviously have no idea what you're talking about. I only talk to mature adults, not lying kids, and this is your last chance. Give me another silly answer like an uneducated kid, you're blocked. You tell me my job. Why the deliberation about my job? The big question is, why are all you scamming Lagos boys so thick, dim, stupid and uneducated? I didn't reply to him saying, why the deliberation about my job? She said, because a genuine engineer would have no difficulty describing their work. My friend! Block if you want to. Only thick, dim, stupid Lagos boys have no idea what you're talking about. Good idea, she said, and blocked him. Anthony Smith also fancied a chat with Annie. Hello! Good afternoon. Oh, it's morning here. How are you doing? Thanks for accepting my request. I was just going through the net. That's how I found your profile. So I decided to drop a message there, but sorry for doing that. I hope you don't mind. Where are you if it's still morning? I'm in England. I'm from Houston, Texas. Nice to meet you. And you. I hope I'm not bothering you right now. If you don't mind, can we chat so we can know each other better? I'm sure we can, but please don't ask me where I'm originally from. Like the twit I was just talking to. I had no idea why he asked and obviously copied it from a list. Okay, so what are you doing now? He tried, moving rapidly down the list. How long have you been here on Facebook? Oh, please tell me you don't have that list of silly questions. Why do you even want to know? I just want to know or nothing, or I'm new here. Don't count as sensible answers. That's mean, he said. No, it's not. It's true. Why do you want to know? Sensible answer, please. Never mind. I think you don't want to talk. No prob. He sent 2 crying faces. So you admit you copied from a list and don't know why you asked. What did you mean by that? I think it was self-explanatory. You can't tell me why you asked, and it's a question I've been asked many times, so obviously it's on a list. Why don't you ask me something from your own head instead? Okay, I see. Go on. No, I'm asking you to ask me something for yourself, not a question from that silly list you downloaded. You can tell me what you do for a living. I work on the checkouts in the supermarket. Civil engineering. Not your job title, what you actually do, please. I told you what I do. I expect the same courtesy. I'm a civil engineering, and I based on road construction, etc. A civil engineering what? Engineering marvel? Engineering student? A civil engineering apprentice? I didn't ask what you used to do, she said, copying where he'd said I based on road construction. I asked what you do now, please. But a man wasn't up for the challenge and disappeared. Then there was George Williams. He thought he'd talk to Persephone. Hi. Good morning. How you doing? I'm fine, thanks. What's your name, my dear? Oh, you sent me a friend request but aren't able to read my name. How discourteous. And don't come up with that ridiculously wumbled excuse that not everyone uses their real name, because if you do, I'll know that you don't use your own real name. No offence, so can we get to know each other better? We can try. All right, I'm George Williams from Houston, Texas, United States, but based in the African side, where I'm working as a military personnel, and you? Oh, joy. What does based in the African side mean? I didn't know the US had an African side. I don't work, my divorce settlement supports me, and I live in Leeds in England. And in reply to her asking, what does based in the African side mean? He said, there are US secret agents everywhere, even part-time ones. OK. What on earth does that have to do with anything? I didn't know the US had an African side. Which side is it? And what does based in the African side mean, please? Camp Lemonnier is the primary base of operations for US Africa Command in the Horn of Africa. Hope that's clear enough. So the US doesn't have an African side because the Horn of Africa isn't in the US. You actually misunderstood me. You know, that cry of all scammers who've typed rubbish. You actually typed nonsense, so no, I did not misunderstand you. Now please tell me where you really are in Africa, and tell me clearly and honestly, so that I can't misunderstand. Which country are you in? If you're looking at the screen, you'll see our man did a bit of copy and paste. The Republic of Djibouti is a country located in the Horn of Africa. If you're going to copy and paste, please read it before pasting. So you start with an uppercase letter and remove the single bracket, and you've already told me you're in the Horn of Africa. I just asked which country. So all that long-winded nonsense from start to finish was a very drawn-out way of telling me you're in Djibouti. Is this how you always talk? Well, I'm not a social media person. Because a girl could die of boredom trying to get a simple answer. Imagine asking you what you want for lunch if that's your way of talking. It'd be dinner time before you gave a sensible answer. Not really. Yes, really. I certainly wouldn't wait around listening if you gave me nonsense long-winded answers. Well, I'm just getting better, he declared. You couldn't get worse. I agree. If I asked what you do in Djibouti, how many long-winded irrelevant answers will you give me before you tell me the real answer? Already told you. I'm working as a military personnel. I guess that's a short, irrelevant answer. What do you do? I didn't ask who you work for. You already told me that. OK. Well, I manage enlisted personnel. So you're a personnel manager, a recruiter? To which our man replied, yes and yeah, obviously having no idea what a personnel manager or a recruiter actually do. Why do you need to be in Djibouti to do that? Surely you need to be in the US to interview recruits. Well, he said hastily, I'm performing technical and support activities here, so that's it. That doesn't make sense. Why would a recruiter be performing technical and support activities? I knew I'd have to ask several times to get a sensible answer, just as before. If someone asked you if you'd like tea or coffee, they'd be into the next day and have drunk half a dozen cups themselves before you even gave a sensible answer. I perform different roles as a military personnel here. You're just insisting on your own understanding. I'm not insisting on my own understanding. You told me you're a recruiter, she said, screenshotting where he'd said yes, he's a personnel manager and yes, he's a recruiter. I think it's you that has your own understanding, as in you have no idea what a recruiter or personnel manager do, so you're trying to blame me because you told me porky pies and somehow you're trying to make that my fault. So why don't you start again and tell me what you really do, please? Oh, if only, Persephone.
without me having to ask you half a dozen times, because it gets boring and tedious. You can guess his next answer. You ask too many questions. Typical answer by a West African scammer boy who has no idea what he's talking about. Is that what you are? Because a mature, experienced army employee would have no difficulty telling me what they do. I have no idea what you're talking about. That makes no sense, he said, in reply to her saying, typical answer by a West African scammer boy. And in reply to him saying, you ask too many questions. She said same question multiple times because you refused to answer. You know exactly what I'm talking about. A genuine army employee would easily explain their job. You're just repeating the same question over and over again. It makes no sense. Because so far you haven't answered me. You lied about being a recruiter. You lied about being a personnel officer. And you haven't told me what you really do. I gave you a clear answer, but you kept rewinding it to fit your narrative. So either tell me properly, like a genuine army employee, or I'll assume you're a scammer boy with no idea what you're talking about. Think carefully about your next answer. You have not given me even a passingly sensible answer. You told me several different things. Recruiter, personnel officer, technical support. And you've not said much about yourself. Final chance to tell me what you really do. And I count of 10 to do it. Otherwise I'll assume you're just a scammer boy. Stop, he said when she got to 6. Then tell me what you really do and stop acting like an idiotic scammer boy. If I type 0, you're blocked. Last chance to tell me what you really do. 0, you're blocked. Goodbye, she said, and blocked him.
And finally, for this compilation, a rather surreal conversation that Seraphina had with Clinton Joy. Hello, dear. Good afternoon. How's your day going, dear? Well, thanks. How was work today? Hello. It was good, thanks. I had 2 lovely clients. Hello. How was your work? Good. So where are you chatting from? I live in Glastonbury in Somerset. Where are you? OK, I live in New York City. So what do you do for a living? The Big Apple. I'm a spiritual lady. I work to bring peace and harmony to people's lives. What do you do? As you can see, I'm a Marine. A Marine what? Fish? No, a Marine officer, US Navy. The photo on this person's profile was an avatar from a computer game. Ah, OK. Yes, so are you married? I'm separated. Looking at your photo, I'm guessing you're female. Yes. I'll let you down gently right now, because otherwise it isn't fair. I'm straight. Do you need a good man? Sometimes. Do you know one? Yes. Nigerian men are good. That's rather random. I can link you to one if you want. Or are you telling me that you are a Nigerian man, not a female US Navy employee? I'm dating a Nigerian good man. Congratulations. I hope you're both happy together. So if you need one, I can link you. Thank you, dear. No thanks. If I find another man, it would have to be someone local to where I live, so we can spend time together. Yeah! The man is coming to us any time soon to meet me. I have no idea what that means. Are you telling me you're a people trafficker and will send someone here? Yes! And my man is coming to us any time soon, like I said. I'm sorry, but people trafficking is illegal in the UK. You might want to rethink your lifestyle choices. I'll light one of my special candles to help bring you enlightenment. Goodbye, said Seraphina, and blocked him or her. I hope you enjoyed this collection of pea-brained, pudding-headed plonkers. I'm already starting on the letter Q as I'm finishing this. Don't forget to like this video, comment down below and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again in another video.